So first you want to start off by tracing your template onto your foam or your sponge, and you can make it as big or as small as you want, and I just decided to make mine about the same size as the real squishy. And I'll also try and link this image below in the description box so you can use it if you want to. And then once you've done that, you want to start cutting it out. So here is what the shape looks like so far. And as you can see, I've already started smoothing off some of it. So what you want to do is obviously you want to cut around the shape with your scissors, and then you just want to keep trimming it until it looks kind of the same on both sides. And then what you want to do is you want to start rounding and smoothing off the shape to turn it into a bun. So you just want to make curved cuts all the way around the top bit like so. And you also want to make small snips on the top as well and just make it as smooth as possible. And I recommend looking at images of the real squishy for help. And then you also want to do the same thing for the ears as well, so you just again want to make a curved cut like this. And then just continue just to smooth it off as best as you can. Oh, and you also might have to cut an indent in the middle just so then that it has two ears, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to finish this and I will be right back. So here is what it looks like once I've finished smoothing off the top. And it's not completely perfect, but I think it turned out pretty good. It's quite smooth. I might smooth it off a little bit more later. But anyways, next what you want to do is you just want to trim carefully around the edges of the squishy with your scissors like so. So I'm just kind of pretending to do this because I've already done it. So you just want to carefully trim around the edges like this. That way they have a slight rounded edge or something like that. And then what you want to do is you want to start adding texture to the bottom, and you can either do it this way or you can just paint it on using some darker paint later, but I decided just to do it like this. So what you want to do is you just want to carefully just cut some indents on the back like this. And this is what's going to create the texture of the bun. And again, I recommend looking at pictures of the real squishy for help. So just keep doing this until you're happy with it. And then once you've done that, we can move on to the next step. So next what I did was I mixed white and a very tiny amount of yellow paint together to create a very light yellow colour, and I painted all of the squishy and also the back as well. And then also what I did for the back was I added some shading, and for that I just mixed some yellow and a tiny bit of burnt sienna paint together to create a tan colour. And I just added on the shading using a foam brush. And it's not completely accurate compared to the real squishy, but I tried. And also it's completely up to you what design and colour you want to do for yours. I think there's 3 different designs you can choose from, so you can choose to make this one or the brown one or the pink one. And I'm also using these 2 images here as reference. So now moving on to the next step. Next what I did was I just painted on the face using my brown puffy paint, and then I also used a thin paintbrush and a dotting tool just to fix it up a little bit. And I also used this image here as reference when painting on the face. And also, as you noticed from the previous clips, I did draw on the face beforehand, just so then it would make it a little bit more easier. So now you just want to let this completely dry, and then your squishy will be finished. This part is completely optional, but I decided to make a tag to go along with the squishy. And you basically already saw how I did it in the previous clips. And it's up to you, you can either make it this way or you can draw the tag out yourself and then colour it in. So I'll just try and explain as quickly as possible how I did this. So what I did was I just printed out an image of the tag. I just found an image of it on Google and then printed it out. And then what you want to do is you want to take a piece of white card and fold it in half. And then you want to cut out the image and then glue it just at the edge right here where it's folded. So that way then you'll have two pieces that are joined together. And then you want to cut it out, and you also want to cut out the hole in the middle using either a craft knife or scissors. And then I just covered the top bit with some clear tape so that way it's protected. Oh, and by the way, I just glued the image onto the card just using a regular glue stick. So that's what it looks like. And then once you're happy with the way the tag looks, next what you want to do is you want to attach a ball chain to it. And I just got this ball chain from an old keyring, I think. And you want to make sure that it's pretty long but not too long. And then what you want to do is you want to take an eye pin, and since mine is way too tiny, I'm just going to cut off this little like headpiece here. And then I'm just going to bend it in half. And then what you want to do is you want to place that on the ball chain. And then you just want to attach it to your squishy by just poking it in carefully. So I'm just going to do that. And then once you've done that, lastly what you want to do is you just want to glue the two pieces of the tag together just using your glue stick again. So you just want to add some glue to one side like this. And then just place it together. And then once you've done that, your squishy is finished. So here is what the final squishy looks like. And also a couple more things I almost forgot to mention is you can also draw on the back of the tag as well. But since I wasn't really sure like what the back of the tag looks like, I decided to just leave it plain. But you can colour it in or add on designs on the back if you want to. And you can also choose to glue in the eye pin into the squishy as well if you want to, but again I decided not to do that. And I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. And obviously it's not completely accurate to the real one, but it is pretty close, I think. And it is very soft. And maybe a little bit slow rising around the edges. And again, you can also paint it whatever colour you want. Again, I think there's 3 different colours you can choose from. Again, the shading didn't turn out the best, but I did try my best to like get it like somewhat close to the real squishy. And again, making the tag is completely optional. You do not have to do this bit at all. I'm pretty happy with this. I especially like how the face turned out. I think it is pretty adorable. So, yep, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And as always, please feel free to request any more squishy tutorials you'd like me to do in the comments below. And I really, really hope you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.